So for me, I have really three realistic contenders this year for the NBA, and that being like real legitimate contenders. I would probably say that's the Thunder, the Boston Celtics, and the Cleveland Cavaliers, as all those teams have just been dominant the entire season. So realistically, I would probably have them as the legitimate title contenders for this year NBA season. But what do I think a ring would do for just their franchises, their players, and such? Well, that's what we're gonna actually talk about in this video. What would a ring do for each one of these franchises? Well, for number one, the Boston Celtics, a ring for this franchise would officially establish Jason Tatum as a top 5 player in the league, without a doubt. Definitely would make him considered a top 10, in my opinion, a top 10 Celtic of all time, arguably top 5. A second ring for the Celtics would definitely do wonders for Tatum, Brown, and definitely Kristaps Porzingis' careers, as they're like the big three, I guess you could say, for that team. What it do for Brad Stevens as a GM, definitely do a lot for him. And I think just his plan being executed and winning, going back to back, would just be a big statement to make, since that would be the first time like the Celtics two-peated since probably like Larry Bird. Now, as far as the OKC Thunder, I think Shea, if he can get an MVP and a championship in the same year, he's also easily, without a doubt, a top 5 player in the league. Definitely, I think, I just feel like he's a better Thunder at that point than KD and Russ. Like, of course, they did a lot of great things, but he would be the one. He would do the one thing that neither of them could do for the franchise, and that's get a ring. I would definitely say that Sam Presti definitely gets a lot of recognition after this if they end up winning a championship this year. Definitely considered one of the smartest, one of the greatest GMs of all time if he ends up getting a championship this year, especially with the fact that the Thunder's plan was really like an actual plan. It wasn't like he just did this. Like, he had a plan. He had a plan to acquire a lot of picks and basically pick and choose which one would fit with Shea and which one would be able to stay and which one he would let go. Like, this was calculated from like way back in 2020. So the fact that this would all lead up to an actual championship with a lot of these first round picks that he ended up getting actually being on the team would be an amazing feat, and he would definitely be regarded as one of the best GMs in the NBA, and arguably a top 100, top 50 GM of all time, because that would be insane. That would be insane. As far as the Cavs, it definitely will be a great thing for the franchise, obviously, since this will be their first championship that they've ever won since 2016, and also just in the franchise in general would be their second championship they've ever won, ever. So that would definitely be very meaningful. It does a lot for Donovan Mitchell, obviously. It makes him, without a doubt, the best shooting guard in the league. It makes Darius Garland a top 10, arguably top 5 point guard in the league. So yeah, those are my thoughts on how I think a ring would affect my personal contenders for the NBA this season. And as always, until next time.